A huge step forward for David Wright on this night as he saw his first action since spring training. Wright was the DH for Single A St. Lucie. He went hitless in 4 at-bats, a couple of strikeouts in the game. He hasn't played in a big league game since all the way back May 27th of last season. The captain has been trying to come back from both spinal stenosis and that herniated disc in his neck. Got a shoulder issue as well. And here was David after tonight's game in Port Charlotte, Florida.
What was it like to get out there?
It was a lot of fun. It was a long time coming. Still quite a bit to go, to get to where I want to be, but certainly a good first step. And anytime you get a chance to step between the white lines, to play some baseball, get some at-bats, it was a lot of fun.
How'd your back feel?
Felt pretty good. Yeah, it felt pretty good. Like I said, there's going to be some challenges ahead, I'm sure. But as far as a good first step, I'll take it. I want to see certainly sooner rather than later, starting to see some results, get some have some better at bats. And like I said, it's not going to come overnight. I haven't played in over a year, so it's going to be somewhat of a slow process. But certainly going to want results here fairly soon.
How did you feel you did tonight? Were you happy? Or?
I mean, it's you always want to go out there and get hits. You always want to go out there and produce. I felt like I had a couple good at-bats and I had a couple poor at-bats, and I think that's to be expected.
Do you have a rough timetable for yourself?
I have no idea. This is every day it's going to be kind of a new challenge for me. There's some hurdles that I got to overcome, but anybody that knows anything about baseball, we're kind of running out of time on this season, and I've said from day one that my goal would be, certainly to make it back to the big club this year, but at this point, just looking for baby steps for my health, and hopefully just continue to get better and better.
Last question: was the biggest difficulty coming back? Is it facing like pitching? Like what was something that surprised you?
I just think it's my health. I just think that certainly missing as much time as I've missed, you start to fall behind. Younger, quicker, stronger guys, and it's something I'm going to need to catch back up. But the biggest thing with me is just making sure, coming off of a major neck surgery, I've got this back thing going on, and obviously with my shoulder, caused by the neck surgery, I got some ailments that I need to overcome to be able to go out there and produce, and that's what I want to do. I don't want to come back for the sake of coming back. I want to come back, and if I get ready, if I do start showing better results down here, then we can talk about kind of what the next step is.
Well, as the captain said right there, it's going to be a long process, and there's not a lot of time left this season for him to make it back. But he talked about hurdles and challenges and knowing there's going to be maybe a step forward and a couple of steps back. This a long way from happening before he gets back to the big leagues.
Without a doubt, this is where he's at, and he's realistic with it. He knows all the ailments that he's had. He knows how hard he has worked just to get to this point, and he knows how hard he needs to continue to work. And like he said, he doesn't just want to come back just to be a figurehead. He wants to have an opportunity to produce at a high level again. He's a long way from that right now. Tonight was a very good step to go out there. We'll see how he is in the morning, see how sore he is, see where he's sore at the most, and see how quickly he's able to bounce back, get back in the lineup, and go out there again and give it a whirl.
Well, nobody wants to see David back any more than you or I do. Every Met fan out there wants to see David Wright back in the uniform and producing for the Mets. He's been the captain of this team for a long time. He's been a model citizen and a terrific player, and you hate to see this happen to him at this point in his career. But how important is it for the organization to see right now what David's doing and what he can do throughout the rest of the season, whether he can make it back and be productive so that they can have some sort of an idea of where they're going when it comes to David Wright?
Again, I think they have to be prepared for the worst. I think you'd really be foolish not to. So to go out and do whatever you have to do, and then you have David Wright in some capacity, that's a plus. But you can't go out there expecting a miracle to happen. Again, he's been through major surgeries. He's coming back a long way, and this is just the first step. Who knows if he's going to be able to get to it? Remember, the minor league season is only, another week and a half left, and then if he's going to be able to come back up in September and maybe somehow pinch hit or get a few at-bats so you can see what he can do. But how can you evaluate that and say, hey, yes, we think he's going to be our starting third baseman? That's impossible. So I think they need to start planning for the future. And if you have David Wright, then you have the best of both worlds.
As David said, it's going to be baby steps as they move forward.